we will continue talking about what is new in Graph. Graph is growing, API, we have new APIs, new features every day.
We have a brand new, very shiny code generator called Kiota.
What is the benefit of using Kiota?
Why not generating an SDK that is potentially smaller in size with exactly what I need for my applications? It's literally just what I added. We want to keep the community happy. We want to ensure as well all like the new features are available on these different SDKs.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here again, Rabeb and I, and we will continue talking about what is new in Graph. Today, we will discuss that Graph is growing, API, we have new APIs, new features every day, and how do the Graph team ensure that SDKs are available for different languages, because we have new language support as well, and how the new features are there in the SDKs, how do we manage all this? So, Rabeb, do we have any solution for that?
We do. Hi everyone. Yes. So one of the things that we've been, thinking about and working on is Graph is growing. How can we keep up with this growth in a timely manner? As you just mentioned, we want to support more languages, and we don't want to support them in year time or in months. We want to be able to add a new language support within, few weeks or so. We want to keep the community happy. We want to ensure as well all like the new features are available on these different SDKs. So looking at how we do things and how we generate our SDKs, that's where we kind of see the challenge. So to remedy this challenge and to make sure that we are achieving our goals, we actually we went on and we worked on a new code generator to help us generate those SDKs. So we have a brand new, very shiny code generator called Kiota.
Yeah, I hear about Kiota all the time, by the way. I started hearing about it and built 2022. I guess you also answered questions about Kiota, right?
Yeah, so that was before my time with the team, but I know that like some ideas were there, but we are definitely in a better place now. So we have we can show code, we have SDKs generated using Kiota. So we definitely made progress since last year. As I mentioned, Kiota is very lightweight, low maintenance code generator. It takes any Open API or CSDL described API, which is also like amazing for the community. It's literally bring your own Open API document and generate your own SDK if that's what if that's what you
want.
Yeah. If that's developers have different preferences. There are those who prefer to use the prepackaged Microsoft Graph SDKs and not worrying about anything and not worrying about the size, which is perfectly fine. We still have our prepackaged SDKs. We will always do have them. Some other developers might want more flexibility, like if I don't need the entire Microsoft Graph APIs, I only need like a portion of it, why not generating an SDK that is potentially smaller in size with exactly what I need for my application? So we are adding this flexibility, to developers thanks to Kiota. And I've been asked this question before. Please do not worry. You're still getting, the same quality, the same features with like the Kiota generated SDK. So we are not compromising on anything. So that's
Kiota, the SDKs generated by Kiota has the same capabilities with our general SDKs, which are in a really good quality. That's what you're saying, I assume.
Yes, obviously, again, this is all still like it's a fairly new journey. So our Kiota generated SDKs are like, they are in different stages of maturity. Some of them are in preview, some are soon to be in GA. So different, but yeah, we are continuing on that journey, and yes, the
Mhm.
quality will be the same,
And
if not.
Rabeb, uh, other than the flexibility, what is the benefit of using Kiota? Because currently I'm really comfortable using our SDKs in Graph. What is the reason I would use Kiota and generate my own SDKs?
So, well, there are two ways to see this. There is the first part, which is the benefit for us creating our prepackaged SDKs, which is like this is how we started the conversation. As a team, we want to be able to move faster. Kilter is giving us this opportunity. So for us, Kiota is solving a lot of the technical challenges with the SDK. So that's a great, which means that in a way, even if you choose to use the prepackaged SDKs, Kiota is helping you indirectly by helping us deliver those SDKs. Um, there is the other part for it, which is, as I mentioned, maybe you want just something for your needs, so you're looking for a more customized, we are calling this self-serve SDKs. Kiota will allow for self-serve SDKs. You have like specific needs, you only want those APIs, so you could go and generate the SDK, which also, again, it will give you the freedom because you won't have to depend on me, you won't have to wait for the prepackaged SDKs. You could do this if you wish to.
Okay,
And
so you can pick and choose between the APIs. Like, let's say that I only want to use 5, 6 APIs from Graph, and I just pick them and build my own SDK, and I will manage my own SDK.
exactly. And another benefit to this, which is um, designing APIs, because imagine like you just generated an SDK, and then you did some testing and you figured like there is something you need to change. You literally, from within, if you're using Visual Studio, let's say you're using Visual Studio, from within Visual Studio, you can make changes to the open API document, regenerate the SDK immediately, and it doesn't take long.
Hmm.
Within few seconds, let me be optimistic, within few seconds, you are regenerating that SDK and you are ready to, iterate and test again. So that's also a great benefit if you're like working on designing APIs. In fact, I can show you how you can pick and choose some APIs.
Yeah, that was my next question. How do you do it?
Yes, I definitely can show you how we can do this. So I am going to use few of Microsoft Graph tools. Aisha and I talked about Graph Explorer in a different video, so please check that out. And one of the things that I did mention is this new feature called resources, right? And how you can create a Postman collection and download your own Postman collection within Resource Explorer.
Yeah.
All right. Now you might be wondering, Aisha, okay, that's a Postman collection. How does that have anything to do with Kiota? Um, so for Kiota, remember that we said we need an open API document to generate an SDK?
Oh, okay. So you generate the open API. Basically, you use the Postman collection in the Kiota, and then it generates the SDK for you.
Almost. So the collection, I'm not gonna use it with Kiota. I'm gonna go. It's like we are having different stops. Let's call them the Microsoft Graph stop. So my first stop is Graph Explorer. After Graph Explorer, I will be using a tool called Hidi, which is also a new tool actually.
Yeah, I never heard of it before. What is it?
So Hidi is a command line tool, and that it allows for manipulating open API documents and doing different sort of operations on open API documents. So for example, you could do like conversions between if you have like an open API document v2, you can convert it to v3 and vice versa. If you have something that is a YAML file, you can convert it to JSON, vice versa, etc. With Hidi, you can validate a document as well. You can see if that's actually a perfectly good open API document. And
Nice.
one very important aspect to Hidi is that you can transform and do slicing on an open API document. And that's basically what I'm going to use. So now I'm going to use Kiota to generate an SDK that is much more smaller in size, because I'm only interested in specific APIs. So instead of using the entire Microsoft Graph API open API document, I want a smaller document. So using the collection I'm going to get from Resource Explorer, I am going to slice my Graph Open API document so I'm going to filter based on this collection.
Mm-hmm.
So the result would be a much smaller Open API document that only contains what I need. Then I can use that with Kiota. And I feel like I talk too much. I'm probably confusing the viewers. I'm sorry. So for my example, I'm gonna do something super simple, which is I want to see my joint teams, which teams I'm part of. So
Mm-hmm.
here on resources, I'm gonna use the search, and if I say joint teams, I could see already under me, which is the signed in user, there is joint teams. So I am joint teams. I can probably, and there is count. I'm interested in count. I'm just gonna add this entire thing to my collection.
Okay.
And again, so everything that
Nice.
is under joint teams is there for me. So, and I'm gonna download this collection. So I have the collection. Prior to this work, I basically moved that collection. I did rename my collection, so now it's called my joint teams collection, and I did move it to the right folder under my sample app, which is a very simple console app. Then, as I mentioned, so what I'm going to say, I'm going to use Hidi, and I'm going to literally say, Hidi, I want you to transform this open API document, which is our graph open API.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way I want you to transform this, I want you to use my collection as the filter. So look at what's in that collection and do your magic. And then the output, I want my output to be this, my joint team's output as an example,
Yeah.
And because I already did something similar before, let's see if I run this, what happens actually. I'm gonna just specify it's .yaml just to be safe. And then I'm gonna wait a little bit, and in theory this should work, but we'll see. Obviously, the Graph Open API is a fairly big document, so it's taking a little bit of time, but as you can see, it's
Seconds,
all
actually.
done. Now, Yes. So I'm gonna use the other command that I did mention, which is validate, just to make sure. So what I'm gonna do is I am validating that this document I just created is
Available.
actually yes. So I'm just typing. I'm making sure that I'm typing everything correctly. And
Um,
oh, did I? Oh, see, that's exactly
you
what I
put
was
my
saying.
my joint teams output. Happens
Literally.
all the time.
I was just saying I should
Awesome.
type it properly. So, and then, so here it is with he did saying main.
Nice.
Oh, you have everything. We have like, this is like the path items, operations, and everything I need. So now I have the Open API document that I need, and then I can use it with Kiota. So with Kiota, I am passing so I'm passing the Open API
Mm-hmm.
document that I just created. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm saying, I want, this is the name of my class. This is the namespace that I will use within my app. This is my output. And then I'm specifying which language, because this is going to be the language of my SDK. So in this case, I want a C# SDK.
What are the options we have in Kyoto right now? Which languages can we use?
Now, to answer your question, Aisha, let's see. I randomly, I don't type options. I just type help and think Kiota can complain, or yes, it usually says like, you do, this is not how you type things, but it shows the
Hmm.
I want to see. Here we go. So
Language.
yes, to answer your question, here are the languages that we have. So we have C#, Go, Java,
Perfect.
PHP, Python, Ruby, Shell, Swift, and TypeScript, which is basically what we have, as you said, with the Microsoft Graph SDKs.
Awesome.
So now if I go to my sample app here, you could see here that I have a client
Mm-hmm.
created. So that's like my SDK with what I need, which is like, me, and then under me, I have joined teams. I am doing few things here to authenticate to the graph and to have like, the right scopes, etc. And if I want to see what are the teams I'm part of, so here, first thing, under this client, you can see that I only have me. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not everything from the graph, because that's not what I chose to do. And then even under me is a user, but you don't see everything available for a user. It's literally just what I added. And that's
Join
what,
teams.
yeah, and that's what I mean. You're gonna get exactly what you want and what you chose to have. So it's quite nice like that. And yeah, so this is a glimpse at Kyoto.
This is really useful. But Rabeb, I see that you did everything back to back. Is there any documentation where developers can follow, um, like go through and step by step maybe build their own way?
Yes. So if I remember how to type, okay. So we have the Kyoto documentation here, microsoft.github.io/Kyoto.
Mm-hmm.
So here it's the entire documentation. It goes, like even like what's behind the Kyoto, some of the technical aspects, and then under the getting started, you
Nice.
can see like how you can install it, and then we have our tutorials, quick start. So this is like very detailed, and this can get you
Perfect.
started. um Aisha, I just want to mention, so Kyoto is still in community preview. It's soon going to be in GA. So
Mhm.
it's it's mature enough, but it's fairly a baby. And again, that's where we need the community. So please feel free to play around with it, and GitHub, go to GitHub and file issues, and tell us about all the scenarios that we missed. Kiota should be working with any open API described API, whether it's Microsoft Graph or not. So maybe if you're trying something else, maybe there is a scenario that like an edge case that we missed. So please make sure to let us know all the feedback, and you can contribute as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kyoto needs community help. It is really important. So I guess it's in a really nice stage in the preview, so a lot of us can go try and maybe create issues on GitHub, or definitely contribute if you want to add something or suggest something. It's really important when it comes to new technologies, but this is a really nice option if you want to create your own way with Microsoft Graph. If you want to have a smaller package or pick and choose which SDKs you want, with which APIs you want, especially for the experienced developers who know Graph. I'm sure you build this according to the feedbacks you get from the community. So I'm sure lots of developers are really looking for a feature like that.
Yeah, and again, even like the prepackaged SDKs, they are like available. So go and try them, and let us know how you feel about like the whole new experience there as well.
Yeah, so check out yourself. We're just linking the documentation below, above, wherever is available. And and let us know what you think. This is all about Kyoto. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.